Hi, I'm Patty Killingsworth, and I've been honored to serve more than 20 years with TennCare, the state Medicaid agency in Tennessee, most of it as the Chief of Long-Term Services and Supports. But the role I've been even more honored to serve in is a family caregiver, providing direct supports to my son who had lifelong disabilities and special health care needs, to my parents, my grandparents, my stepfather, and my father-in-law. Providing direct support is a tough job, but it's also the most rewarding job I've ever had. As a direct support professional, our job is to help people with intellectual and developmental disabilities live their best lives in community. Because of the work of DSPs, people have the opportunity to work, be valued members of their communities, pursue their dreams and goals, and live the lives they choose. And families can have the confidence that those providing support for their loved ones are doing so in the highest quality, most person-centered way. This video can help you understand what it's like to be a direct support professional. Please watch carefully and use it to help you make an informed decision about whether this is the right role for you. If it's not, that's okay. Setting out on a course that's not right for you won't serve you well, and it won't serve the people you support well either. But if you decide to embark on the journey of becoming a DSP, buckle up. It's going to be an amazing journey, one that requires hard work, patience, respect, and compassion. But you'll know that what you're doing really matters, and you'll make such a difference in the lives of those you support. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your journey.
This program shows real direct support professionals in Tennessee, serving people with intellectual and developmental disabilities in a variety of settings, offering you a chance to learn about the work involved in direct support and determine for yourself if you're interested in pursuing a career in supporting people with disabilities. It's important to know the nature and expectations of direct support work prior to employment, because it increases chances that you'll select a job that is a good fit. Your commitment to the people you support will be enhanced, as will your professionalism and self-esteem on the job. Direct support professionals, or DSPs, play many roles, including companion, advocate, advisor, driver, healthcare professional, cook, teacher, counselor, and job coach, to name a few. Their focus is ensuring the people they support live valued, meaningful lives in their communities.
The role of the direct support professional is to support people in having their best possible life as defined by that person. It's a pretty multifaceted job, and it requires a lot of skills.
Many people find direct support work stimulating, challenging, and fulfilling. Others do not. There's no right or wrong decision, only what is a good fit for you. Direct support professionals provide support in a number of settings. Some support people living in their own homes and apartments, with their families, or with another family. Others may work primarily in community living or supportive living homes. Many DSPs provide assistance at places of employment and elsewhere in the community. In any setting, your role will require flexibility, creativity, and commitment.
I cook, I clean, I drive, I wear about 12 different hats, and it's just it's a pretty awesome job.
Some of the people you support will require only minor assistance, such as help with transportation. Others will need significant daily assistance with activities such as bathing, dressing, and eating. Your specific duties will vary depending on your location, the people you support, and the hours you work. In every case, your work will be person-centered and person-driven, meeting the needs of each individual.
When I first come in, first thing I do is check on the people we support, see if there's anything they need. And then I will go to the computer, see what medications need to be given, and then we will start Martha's morning. Martha is one of a kind. My teammate and I will go in and wake her up, give her her breathing treatment, and then we use a Hoyer lift to assist us in lifting her into her shower chair. And we will take her to the shower and bathe her and shampoo her hair.
Whoever's not bathing her then they're getting her food ready and everything for the morning time and their meds ready.
Then we will give her medications. It's essential that they get their medications at the right time.
We go onto the computer and document that the medication was given, what time it was given.
Documentation is a critical part of direct support work. Your records and those of other DSPs help communicate vital information about each person supported and help ensure you stay connected with supervisors and coworkers. Documentation is also required to comply with rules, regulations, and agency policies.
Everything is documented, from their bowel movements to their personal hygiene, medications given,
When they woke up, what you did for your day, how your day went.
what they eat, how much they eat, the amount of fluids they take in. Everything is documented.
The support provided by direct support professionals is not caretaking, but rather assisting people in making their own decisions and taking the lead in directing their own lives.
It's helping people understand that they do have choices. Their home is their home. Their kitchen's their kitchen. They can open up the refrigerator whenever they want to. So we've moved from a caretaker role to a supporter role.
For more than 17 years, Anthony Grindstaff has provided supports for Larry Williams.
I live in East Tennessee and own my own home. I enjoy watching TV, movies, wrestling, and football, and I am a Tennessee Volunteer fan.
Larry Williams is a great guy. He's way more capable than you would think he'd be. And he's able to do a lot of stuff with the assistance from technology.
Now I can turn on my lights, TV, and radio, and even open doors and notify staff if I need them.
The iPad controls most of the technology in the home. He can also talk using his iPad.
Because of my enabling technology, I am able to be alone in my own home for 2 hours a day. I enjoy being around patient DSPs, but I do not like to be around DSPs with a negative attitude.
For Anthony Anderson, a primary focus of his direct support work is serving as an independence coach for 3 men.
I'm there to coach them and just be there in case they need my help. We was on Bill Street. They did things independently, and they're living independently. That's my job, to teach them how to live independently.
You're more like a greenish gray.
As a direct support professional, you may work with adults or children with a wide range of support needs.
I've been with this Play to Learn program in various positions for over 30 years.
There truly isn't a big difference between the kids with disabilities and the ones without. They all play together nicely, and they don't even see if there is a difference between them.
We're all here together to have fun and learn from each other.
Sheena receives supports through a family home model. The family home model is where a family or a single person invites a person who uses supports to come live in their home with them as part of the family. Sheena also works at an arts supply store and receives job coaching from a direct support professional.
Sheena has such a sweet heart. She's very sensitive. If I were having a day that I wasn't feeling positive, she would pick up on it, and she would probably start to feel less positive. We are more coworkers because I get to work with them rather than just being there when they need help.
Can you show them where you get your cleaning supplies?
Patty Hubbard supports Pascal, an older gentleman with disabilities, in his job at a home improvement store.
We come to work 2 days a week. On Tuesday and Thursdays, he works 2 hours a day. I support him in cleaning and being a part of socializing with people here. The manager here and all the employees are just really receptive to Pascal, and they make him feel like a part of the team, make him feel welcome, and that he's doing a good job.
When Pascal came in, he was really shy, wouldn't look a lot of people in the eye. I've learned myself a lot from him on how to communicate with him because, hand signals and gestures and things like that took me a while to understand. And now the whole store kind of understands Pascal. Everybody looks forward to Pascal when he comes to work.
I support a young woman named Charlize. When she first came to us, most of the time she didn't talk. She gets so emotional that she would cry. So we found different ways of communicating with her, asking her yes/no questions. Now Charlie is doing an internship in the pharmacy, and she's doing really well. She pays absolutely the utmost attention to every detail.
DSP Sheila Clark supports Greg in his home and with his job at Super Low Foods.
His job responsibilities at Super Low is bagging groceries. He lets them know what's on sale and what's not. And he basically loves his job. And he looks forward to going to it every single day.
DSPs teach self-advocacy and self-empowerment skills, assist people in selecting and coordinating activities, and help those they support to be involved in their communities. DSPs also support individuals in creating and maintaining personal relationships with friends and family.
$1.25? Community is everything. We use those connections to improve the person's life so the person's not just relying on the paid staff. If Glenn likes to go fishing and his neighbor or a friend likes to go fishing, then we can make that connection where Glenn would go fishing with his neighbor. If Glenn is active in his church, knowing his members, Glenn can call the church transportation and pick Glenn up. He's not always with his staff.
Philip's very funny, outgoing, very patient man. There's something different every day with Philip that we learn.
I like to go out in the community and hang out with like friends and family and go shopping, out to eat.
It's important to remember that you are supporting people with disabilities in their homes.
It's my house, so really they should respect the house and respect where I live and not just come in here and do what they want to do.
New direct support professionals receive training on a variety of topics through an initial orientation, but the learning is ongoing.
Well, DSPs have professional responsibilities.
Susan Orspan is a nurse practitioner and previously worked as a direct support professional.
Some of these people are older, they have diabetes, they have COPD, they need assistance with their breathing medicines. They need you to watch them and make sure that you pick up on things that might be going wrong with them.
Many direct support professionals find their work challenging, fulfilling, and immensely rewarding.
I mean, it's just amazing doing this type of job, the benefits you get out of it, your way of looking at life, your thinking of life, it all just completely changes.
I love my job. This is my home away from home. I'm probably here more than I am at home.
One of the best rewards you have is to see an individual get a job in the community and then for them to develop relationships. Not only does the life of our individuals get better, but their coworkers, the life of those coworkers get better too after they're able to spend some time with them and get to know them.
I actually finished going to school for computer science and got my degree, but actually I just kept working here. I think it's perfect for people that don't want to work in an office or something like that, where you go to one place and you stay there the entire day.
I like my job because I like a challenge.
For me, it started as a job, but it's honestly turned into a career. Like I feel like this is something I'll probably always be doing.
At the end of the day, you always feel like I made a difference in someone's life.
Working as a direct support professional can be challenging. You will have the responsibility of ensuring the safety and well-being of those you support, and your job expectations will be demanding and continually evolving to meet individual needs.
It's kind of like a fireman's job. There's a lot of moments of boredom punctuated by 10 minutes of panic. There are times when somebody's having a health issue or something, and it can be serious.
You do wound care, you do everything. Whatever it is they need, that's what you're here for, to get it done.
It's not going to be, all rainbows, and it's not going to be happy days every day. You're going to have bad days, and you're going to go through, a bunch of emotions.
We do have them times where they may be having a bad day, so you got to be able to adjust to them to be like, hey, it's going to be all right.
It's a very physical job. It's physically demanding. And if you don't have the teamwork, it becomes twice as hard.
You find yourself doing a lot of things that you may have said to yourself, no, I can't do this, or I wouldn't do this. You find yourself embracing a lot of things that you never thought that you would.
Having to deal with two individuals fighting. You're having to break up fights.
Are we waiting for the... What's wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing? Are you okay?
Okay.
It's okay. These are...
You just have to learn each person because each person is different, and the way you redirect one will not work for the other.
Some days there is a lot of screaming.
A challenge might be a child that makes a certain noise over and over and over, or a certain behavior over and over and over.
Attachment with this job can be hard because once you do it for so long and you lose somebody, that's difficult.
It takes a lot, and you will take this job home with you. So be careful about that.
For somebody that wants to become a DSP, your heart and soul has to really be put into this job. If not, you might as well, go look for a job elsewhere, because this isn't for you.
Not all of the people you support will communicate with words. You may need to seek other ways of understanding and communicating. It's important to recognize that each individual you support has potential for lifelong learning and growth.
Joe is actually, I consider him my Uncle Joe, because he's going to always make sure that we have everything right. He's going to let us know what's going on. Once you get to working with him, the more and more you work, you understand what he's saying, because a lot of people always, say that they can't understand him. But if you really listen hard, you'll get to know what he's saying.
What you may say one time, you might have to repeat it 10 times. You have to be extremely patient with them. And some things, they don't get it on the first try. They may not get it on the 20th try, but keep on, they get it eventually.
DSPs must manage their own work environment and relationships while maintaining their own lives outside of work. The stresses of working nights, weekends, and holidays can be difficult for families.
You've got to be willing to focus on them and not let outside stuff come in and affect your job. Like if you're in a bad mood when you get up in the morning time, leave it outside.
I've really had to learn to keep positive even when I'm not necessarily feeling it.
Be ready for hard work. Be willing to, when you come to work, to focus on that work. If you're really into it, you really have to leave everything else kind of at the door.
Another challenge for direct support professionals and the people supported is the high rate of staff turnover. Losing staff can affect the amount of work you have to do and create uncertainty or distress with the individuals you support.
I've worked 13 days straight, 11-hour shifts. And when I get off from here, I have a mom that has cancer. I have to go home and take care of her before I can actually relax and calm myself down.
By the time you get done with 3 or 4 days of the 12 hours, it's kind of, it wears you down a little bit.
This is where you spend birthdays. This is where you spend Christmas, Thanksgiving, because this job doesn't stop.
I could take some time for me.
Working successfully as a direct support professional requires a combination of personal qualities, including honesty, integrity, and respect for the people you support. Advanced training and years of experience are not essential, but it is important that you like people and are committed to helping those you support in living rich, fulfilling lives.
For someone who's going to support my son, Mikey, it takes a personality trait of compassion and the desire to want to help others.
The individuals we support deserve to know that you're going to be there. We need people who can provide stability, reliability.
They need to have a good attitude. They need to be willing to get down and dirty.
They have to be community experts. They have to know who and where to help people interact and make friends in the community. They have to know about how to get a job and how to help somebody keep a job. Being able to support somebody to make their own grocery list and do their own shopping and cook their own meals takes a much higher skill level than going and doing the grocery shopping for them or cooking the meal for them.
I need people that are kind, understanding, and patient working with me on my journey to become a more independent person. Also, a sense of humor doesn't hurt.
There's a certain amount of trust that you build with people, and if you go through several months with somebody and then you just didn't like the job anymore and left, it would be pretty devastating to people who really depend on you on a daily basis.
As a DSP, you must not be afraid to speak up on behalf of the people you support. And, equally important, you will support people to speak for themselves in all matters and offer assistance when needed. This job requires strong organizational and problem-solving skills, as each day will present new challenges.
The most successful DSP is somebody who has some enthusiasm, has some zest, can think on their feet and problem solve, and is not afraid to approach people in the community and look for opportunities and try new things.
I'm a thinker. I like to figure things out, and that's what I have to do. How do I help this person learn? How do I teach them to do what they need to do and be independent?
Being attentive is a big part of it.
You have to roll with things and adapt. You can't be like on a clipboard, everything has to happen at a certain way at a certain time. That's not realistic.
You have to have humility. It's not just about you teaching someone what they need to learn. You learn from them too.
You have to be compassionate.
You have to have an open mind and a good heart.
If you're coming in for just a paycheck, then it's not something that somebody needs to be doing. You got to remember it's not about you, it's about what they want.
DSPs must have a combination of knowledge, skills, and attributes to do the job well. They need to recognize the worth of each person and treat everyone with respect, dignity, and equality.
This job is definitely not for people who lack patience or empathy. So if you find yourself as a person who's not great with relationships already, this would not be the job for you.
It's not just a job. It is a relationship. People who are into relationships make good DSPs.
If you're the type of person that is patient and cares about other people, then this is probably like a perfect job for you.
Working as a direct support professional can be a rewarding, fulfilling career. Consider carefully the responsibilities and expectations of this job and decide if this is the right work for you.